Hi guys, I'm Woody and this is the Cumbrian Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a dry day today. It's a rare occurrence this time of year for sure. There's been a lot of flooding, some people might know, pretty bad down south actually, up in eastern Scotland. But fortunately here we haven't had any flooding yet, so just taking advantage of this fine day today, come and pot up some blackcurrant cuttings that were taken almost a year ago. So we'll go and have a look at them now. That's what I like to see, blue sky. Feel starved of it just recently. Anyway, I'll just pan this camera around a bit. Here's the cuttings just here. I'll get the camera in close and we'll have a closer look. That's the largest one, although to be honest it doesn't make any difference because I'll be cutting them back anyhow. But there's probably, I think there's 10, and there's quite a few perennial weeds, but that's fine because I'll just be able, once I've got them out potted up, I'll be able to clear that ground anyway, cover it over, perhaps ready for some more or something. Anyway, but if you can see, as I say, they're about a year old. I'm just trying to focus. I'm hoping you can make that out. At that point there, let's see if we can get in a bit more. That was the terminal bud of the original cutting, so this growth here is all that it made this year, 2022, so that's probably about 18 inch I suppose, something like that. The others haven't grown as much, but like I say, that's not really important. They've grown, you can see the new growth, you can distinguish the different colour of the bark. This dark one here says the original cutting, and the lighter brown, that's the new stuff. So all we're going to do is just dig those up carefully, see what sort of root system they've got on. And here I've got some of my own compost, and then I've got pots. They're quite a deep pot, probably about 10 inch, or almost a foot perhaps. Not sure about the diameter, 7 inch, something like that, but quite deep anyway. Because a lot of the roots will be underground if you like. Okay, let's get them up and see what we've got. That's got a really good system on it. Very good indeed. Happy with that. Get another one up. Again, no grumbles. There we are then. So there's different degrees of vigour on the roots, as I say. This one has the most vigorous root system, and then ranging to the smaller ones like these. But as I say, you know, they have got roots, so they'll continue to grow, no problem. They're just not quite as vigorous. I suppose the other thing to mention, actually, let's take this one as an example. Again, pretty good root system. If you look at the soil mark, just about there, there's a bud. It's a live bud there, and there's a couple there. So when I pot them up, I'm going to make sure that at least that one is under the compost level. You want some buds to be, for blackcurrants, you want some buds to be underground, so that they're sending up growth from underneath rather than a gooseberry needs to be grown on a leg. so it doesn't want any buds there. You would rub them off. But on a blackcurrant, yeah, you want some if you can, which is why I'm using that deep pot. So I'll get them potted up and I'll come back to you. So there we go guys, job done. They can stay in those pots now for another season if need be. And then, like I say, when they get planted in the permanent, I'll cut them back this year, so kind of any time from now through till mid-February you can prune them, cut them quite hard back, because you want the root system to be developing really, rather than the leafy growth, if you like, the stem. You want to be focusing on getting a really vigorous root system first. So I'll cut them back, and then where I've cut them they'll shoot out again in spring, like I say, and then when they come to be planted, just make sure you make the original soil level or just a bit more. As I say, if you can get a couple of buds underneath ground, even better. I just wanted to show you again, this is a better shot now of the elephant garlic. I'm hoping that's coming through on the camera for you. It looks, these in this area here were the rounds, and I'm just evaluating. Looks like every single one's fired, which is great. See, there's a little one just there, can you make it out, poking through. And then in the rest of the bed were the actual cloves, and I can see one. I don't know if you'll be able to make that out. Can we get a close up of it? You see it now, just there. So that's a good sign. So I guess the others won't be far away. So this is my soft fruit bed. One thing I'd really like to do is get it cleaned up. You can see it's dandelions everywhere. So the next job really is to come and prune these gooseberry bushes. There's 2 now, that's all I've got left. I might even take some cuttings of those actually. Be a good time to do it now when you're pruning. There's plenty of good cutting material on those. And as I've said previously, this is where the old blackcurrant bushes were down there, but I'm not growing anymore now. I'm going to reserve that for maybe potatoes or something like that. That row of autumn raspberries, they're coming out as well. Got far too many of them. So there's still plenty to do, guys. As I say, we just really haven't had the weather, and I've got other things I need to do this afternoon, so I'm not going to be able to come back and do it this afternoon. Although I have, this morning I cleaned up and sharpened my secateurs, so that's a good winter job to be doing as well. So guys, just a quick one then today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay warm.